Xiaolin Chen is Head of International at KraneShares.
Domestic demand already accounts for the bulk of China's growth if you look at from 2021 to 2024. Consumption alone contributed to about 56% of GDP growth on average during that period of time. But in recent data, you can see final consumption has driven around 60% of the incremental growth. So a higher shares than in previous 5 years period. To counter those external headwinds, I think China is better prepared in Trump 2.0 than Trump 1.0. Policymakers are likely to keep the supporting consumptions in several ways. One, like income raising reforms. They are required the lower pay rates to be increased in certain cities already. They're also going to help with more of a predictable of social benefits, so people knows what they can expect. Also, targeted incentives for big tickets of spending, such as autos, green home upgrades. You remember they have a lot of the trade-in program implemented in China for government to subsidize with these big tickets buying with a huge discounts for household. At the same time, obviously, investment will continue to pivot towards advanced manufacturing, green technologies, and digital infrastructures to create new domestic demand and jobs. So rather than relying on probably the traditional real estate and exports.
Now, we all know about the fragility of the property market. Policymakers have pledged to further stabilize the property sector. What needs to be done?
Quite a few things they have been done already, which, cutting the mortgage rates, which is an immediate economic impact to household in a good way to reduce their mortgage payments. That's one. Remove a lot of restrictions they have done. Let the unfinished but sold home to be finished to provide social stability. Those are all on the right track. This will feel painful in a hard way because most of the Chinese households used to hold very high percentage of their financial assets, give or take, around 80% of their financial assets is in real estate. If you fast forward to today, it's around 50 to 55%. It will take time for the psychological level in China for household holders to adjust the level. But I don't think there'll be a crisis moment in China purely because the overall leverage in the property sector in China are really in the low 30 on average, 30% they are leveraged in that range. So it would take time to adjust, but I do think a lot of the put policy being put in place, market should stabilize from here and a small uptick after Chinese New Year.
Now, no interview can pass without mentioning Mr. Trump's tariffs. What's your outlook for the impact of tariffs on China's economy?
This is a very interesting topic because you can get different numbers every here and then. But I think since U.S. and China sit down and started the conversation 5-6 months ago, the progress has been on the positive side. We need to wait and see a few things. What is one is what is the final rates for both of the country. I guess that does take longer time to come and agreed. Second is his whole actions taken by Trump is legal or not. I think the latest news is the U.S. court believes otherwise. So we do need to wait for the headline to settle. That's one. But I see both countries are presenting a very professional way and constructive way, which is sit down, establish the framework, understanding the items should be discussed under the framework and agree an agreement.